We're winding our way through North Carolina, home of the Charlotte Motor Speedway and the NASCAR Hall of Fame. All right, it's coming up. Where better to find a hot rod builder and a NASCAR flagman than here?
You gotta be it.
Ah, look at that car.
I see that.
What the heck is that? Danielle wasn't kidding, man. He was making his own cars.
It was.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, you Brent?
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Doing well.
I'm Mike. Talk to Danny on the phone.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good to see you.
Frank.
Good to see you.
Nice to meet
Here's
you.
the flyer, man.
Pleasure.
Hey, how's it going?
What the heck is that thing over there?
That is a Heinz 57.
That's
Yeah.
cool. It looks like it's coming and going.
Exactly.
Your dad built that.
Yeah, he's an engineer of some sorts.
Yeah.
My dad was very eccentric. He just had these visions of stuff. He would sit around and draw stuff all the time. You know, an artist just sees something and does it. And that's what he did.
Does it run?
No, it's a project still going.
Is there an engine in it?
No, sir. Right now, it's a Flintstone.
So you're walking around, you're like, look at the front end of that thing. Wow, that's cool. Look at the back end, that's wild. And then you look inside and there's nothing in it. What frame is it sitting on?
It's some British right-hand drive.
It's very reminiscent of the old concept cars back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. This is concept art come to life.
He always wanted an Auburn boat tail.
Okay.
Okay.
Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
He won the 34.
Yeah, and he couldn't afford one, so he's like,
I'll
we'll go
build
make
one.
one. All of his talents was self-taught. He grew up poor, didn't have much money. If he wanted something, he had to make it. He built his own toys, and so he learned to fabricate at a young age. It's a Ford Spitfire Chevy.
It's got the Ford front
It's
end
got
on
split
it.
windshield. What
Yeah.
the heck? What's this off of?
Convertible. It's pieces of a Spitfire body, Ford truck hood, Chevy fender. The rear end is the front end of another car. It's just a hodgepodge of different things. One of his visions.
You know what this would be great for?
What's that?
Like a promotional piece.
True that.
You know what I mean? Like you could paint a business on the side. Like we have a Nash in the front of our building that just
yeah.
says antique archaeology on it, you
Right.
know? This car is in its first phase. He didn't get a chance to finish it, so there's a lot of rough edges. But at 20 feet away, it grabs a hold of you. This is a curb grabber. People got to come by here all the time asking what the heck this is.
All the time, all the time.
Yeah.
They stop by and ask about everything here, and my mom's tired of having to deal with them. My mom and dad were really close. She had a hard time, and it reminds her a lot of him. There's so much of it, we need to move some of it. You know, it's time to move on. And let some other people enjoy it.
Well, what do you want for something like this?
Ha!
I mean,
I
it's
have
like,
no idea.
I don't even know
It's a one-
how you'd put a number on it.
Exactly.
I can put a price on a 65 Corvette. I can look up prices on what Lincolns go for. But custom cars like this, how do you put a price on a one-of-a-kind?
What would you feel comfortable at?
3?
1,000?
Yes, sir.
How much do you think we can get that shipped for, Frankie?
That's gonna be at least $800.
Where are you going to find another one?
You know, that's a fact.
It's just so, it's like a big toy, you know? I've never bought anything like this. It's a one of a kind. It doesn't matter why you connect with something. What matters is that you do connect with it. All right, and that's what's the beauty of collecting. Let's see what it looks like with the top off. Grab that side of the top, Frankie. It's talking to me. It's making me smile, and I just can't stop looking at the thing. I got to do this. I got to do this. I'd be honored to own it. It's got to go somewhere. Something's gonna happen with this thing. I mean, anything that makes you smile this much,
Exactly.
you know, and maybe that was what he was going for, making people laugh and smile and have fun. This is gonna be cool to push this story forward so people can see what Wayno was capable of. Even though we didn't finish the car, it still has a very dramatic look to it. You could easily shoot a color on it.
Yeah, you could put their old shot.
We throw in 14
Cans of the-
14 cans of that green.
Hey, homage.
It's like a day-to-day treasure hunt. I'm out there looking for rusty gold. I'm looking for the unusual and impossible.
It's back roads, it's dumpster diving, it's flea markets, it's people's homes.